Caught on camera. BTS's Jin and Yena look intimate after the concert. Is this just a collaboration, or is there something to hide? What is the message, if you miss me, you're a loser mean? Is this just a coincidence? Or is there a hidden story that has been hidden from the public eye? Why did Yena dare to write such a brave message in her caption? And why did Jin, who has always been known to be the most secretive about personal affairs, suddenly appear in selfies so close to Yena just a few minutes after the concert was over? The amateur camera that captured this rare moment has shaken BTS's fandom and clouded speculation that has so far been just a rumor. But this time it's not just what people say. There's evidence. There was a look. There is a hidden message. And there are emotions that cannot be hidden. The concert was supposed to end unremarkably, like other nights when army cheers filled the air and the stage turned into a sea of purple light. But not that night. That night was different. Because when the light started to dim and the stage was abandoned, the camera of someone, whose identity is unknown, but is now viral on social media, captured something unusual. Jin, still wearing an elegant but casual denim jacket and black tie, was seen exiting the backstage area alongside an instantly recognizable woman, Yena. Yes, Yena, who was once a member of the girl group IZ*1 and has now transformed into a soloist with her distinctive edgy style. The two walk side by side. There are no managers, no crew, only two big stars in the evening dressing. The camera caught them laughing. Yena's hand touched Jin's shoulder. And what made netizens the most unable to stop speculating was when they were seen stopping in a side hallway of the venue and taking pictures of each other. Some photos of the result of that moment later appeared on Yena's official Instagram account just a few hours after the concert. There is no official statement from the agency. There is no explanation on the part of HYB. But the public does not need statements. They've already seen enough to ask, is this the beginning of something more than just a collaboration? Yena, in her caption to the Spotlight, wrote, "날 놓치면 loser, 우리 후회하지 하지마." A sentence in Korean that, if translated, reads, "If you miss me, you're a loser. Don't do things we'll regret." A sentence that not only sounds ambiguous, but also almost like a private message that was deliberately made public. Who does you mean? Why is the word loser used so emphatically? Is this a form of frustration? Or is it precisely a signal of courage from Yena to show her feelings? More surprisingly, Yena added a line affirming that this was a special moment with BTS's Jin Sunbeam, a phrase that contains respect, but also vague intimacy. Collaboration? Yeah, it could be. But their style in the photo shows a familiarity that is too comfortable for two people who are just mere coworkers, and the public knows Jin is not the type who is easily photographed just like that. During this time, Jin was known to be very cautious, rarely even being seen with female colleagues outside of truly formal moments. But here, in two such relaxed selfies, Jin's gaze looks different. He looks at the camera, but his smile is not made up. It's the smile of someone who is enjoying being together. A person who feels comfortable enough not to hide who is next to him. Then another question arises. Is this part of the hidden promotion? But HYB never announced any collaboration between Jin and Yena. There are no duet projects. There are no joint songs. There is no music video. There is no teaser. Then, why did they show up together that night? Why do they choose to photograph themselves and even share them? Is this a coincidence, or is it intentional? And if this is indeed a purely personal matter, why did Yena dare to share it with the public? Is he trying to say something he can't say directly? Or does he want to provoke a reaction from someone? Maybe from fans, maybe from the genie himself. As they searched deeper, fan accounts began to discover that this wasn't the first time Jin and Yena had been spotted in one space. A few months earlier, during a music awards ceremony, Yena had mentioned Jin's name when asked who was the artist who inspired her musical style. Many consider it an ordinary form of respect. But that night, everything felt different. Their appearance is too harmonious to be called a coincidence. Yena's black leather jacket and denim top form a visual harmony with Jin's denim jacket paired with a black tie, as if they are deliberately harmonizing the look. And now, the public is wondering, is this really a silent love that has been hidden behind the stage spotlight all this time? Or is it just part of an entertainment industry strategy that is getting better at playing on audience emotions? But one thing is certain, their expression is not acting. The camera may be manipulated, but emotions are not. In that moment, their gazes at each other felt honest, as if they are carving memories that will not be deleted, even though the photo is now viral and interpreted by the public. Furthermore, some netizens claimed that they saw Jin and Yena in a small cafe near the venue about an hour after the concert was over. There are no photos of the cafe, just a description. But all of that adds a layer of mystery to the story. Why did they choose to stay together after all the stage lights went out? And even more puzzling is, why is HYB silent? Normally, when a rumor like this circulated, HYB would immediately issue a clarification. But this time, no statement. There is no objection.
No confirmation.
Shut up. And the agency's silence reinforces already simmering speculation among ARMY and other K-pop fans. I ask, this HYB's way of letting Jin reveal another side of her? Or is HYB herself waiting for the right time to reveal an even bigger secret project? Because in this industry, nothing is really a coincidence. Even love can be part of a meticulously written script. However, for Jin, who will soon return to full public activity after enlistment, this could be a turning point. Appearing with Yena and leaving the public guessing was an unusual move. But is this a sign that Jin no longer wants to hide who he is behind a label as a BTS member? Or is this just the beginning of something bigger? Will we see them in a sudden duet project? Or precisely in a scandalous romance that we never imagined before? Lots of questions, little answer. But one thing is certain. That evening, Jin and Yena let the camera reveal a little of the unfinished story. A story that now no longer belongs to them both, but has become the property of millions of eyes that watch, wait, and wonder. Are they just friends? Or was there something deeper than their gazes that night? They don't talk. They just walked side by side, as if the busy world around them had disappeared. But that camera, which has now been viewed more than 3 million times on various social media platforms, captured everything. From the way Jin slightly leaned towards Yena when she laughed, to the way Yena glanced to the side with Yang's gaze. It's too warm to just say it. Are these the faces of two K-pop idols involved in a secret project? Or two humans who finally choose to stop pretending? The next surprise came from a Korean fan account known for actively photographing idols from a distance with sophisticated equipment. Someone uploaded a series of photos showing the presence of a black fan that is said to be used by artist HYB. In the photo, Yena is seen entering first, followed by the genie, who only looks back once, as if checking if someone is watching them. And it's true. Someone's watching. We all see. Will they deny it? Most likely. But the public is now grasping too many pieces of the puzzle to ignore. And the most painful part of all of this is how the ARMY's reaction is split. Some try to remain rational. They say this is just an ordinary interaction, creative collaboration, support between artists. But others couldn't hold back the tears. Jin says he wants his fans to know everything. But why did he choose to be silent now? Wrote an ARMY man in a viral thread on X, Twitter. Underneath, hundreds of replies have sprung up, ranging from sincere support to concern that Jin might be hiding something bigger. Yena herself did not make a continuation of the story. She only uploaded 3 photos, 2 selfies with a genie, and 1 close-up of her leather jacket with crescent-shaped pin embellishments, which is a coincidence, identical to the pin that Jin used when promoting the astronaut album. Is this just a style? Or is there a symbolic meaning behind it? And was the pin given by Jin himself? On the other hand, speculation is burning because one of the stage staff leaked anonymous information through a community forum that Jin and Yena have met several times in HYB's studio since 3 months ago. This information, which was initially perceived as a joke, is now starting to be taken seriously because it matches the time Yena released her mini-album, and it happens that some songs from the album have a similar feel to Jin's production style. Do they really work together behind the scenes? Or just fall in love on the sidelines of the creative process? The statement from HYB that did not come out was a source of frustration in itself. This is not the first time that the agency has been silent when big rumors hit its artists. But different from usual, this time many fans are demanding transparency. Because it's not just about the artist and reputation, it's about trust. We waited for Jin as long as he was conscripted. We support every project. But if now he's hiding the relationship, why not be honest from the start? Commented a fan in the Weverse community who got over 5,000 likes, and even more lacerating for emotions was the... But before we go too far speculating, there is one thing that not many people realize. The lyrics of Yena's song, which was released at the same time as the concert that night, turned out to have a hidden message. One of the songs, titled Moonlight Confession, has a verse that reads, "I wanted to run, but these feet brought me back to you. We are the secret that does not want to hide." And strangely, when the song was playing in the encore concert, the camera actually highlighted Jin, who was sitting backstage, smiling a little while staring at the stage. Coincidence? Or a secretly designed script? When examined more deeply, the video from a fan's camera shows Jin's expression that is much different from usual. He no longer holds back a smile or tries to look cool. This time, Jin looked loose, almost as happy as someone who no longer hid anything heavy. Is this the face of a person who has reconciled with his feelings? Or someone who's ready to take a big risk, even if it means losing some of his fanbase's love? The most confusing thing is Yena's upload time. He posted a photo with Jin around 1:43 in the morning, when the majority of artists are resting or at least inactive on social media. But Yena is not only active. He composed a very personal caption, as if he wanted the world to know something without having to say it directly. "If you miss me, you're a loser. Don't do things we'll regret." Who is the sentence aimed at? Jin? Army? Or just himself? No less surprising were the comments of a stylist who had time to work with both of them. In a hidden account post that was later deleted shortly after going viral, the stylist wrote, "They look so comfortable. Unlike idols, they don't pretend much. They just become themselves." This sentence spread like wildfire. And as if giving gasoline to already smoldering speculation, have Jin and Yena secretly been in a relationship since before Jin was drafted? And why only now are they seen together in public? These questions don't just bother the fans. Industry observers began to raise their voices. A veteran entertainment journalist said, "Usually, this kind of relationship will be immediately denied by the agency. But in this case, silence. Suspicious silence. It could be that HYB is waiting for the market reaction. Is this really part of the strategy? Or HYB can no longer control the narrative as before? What made the heart even more heavy was how the genie did not give any response. Not a single comment. Not a single statement. Not a single explanation. And this made a lot of ARMY who had been so in love with him began to wonder, does he still see them as home? Or is he building a new house with someone else? Behind all the speculation and analysis, one thing that cannot be ignored is Yena's expression in the selfie. It doesn't just look stylish. He looks brave. There was a look in his eyes that said, "I know what's going to happen after this, and I'm ready." Those eyes can't be faked. He's not an artist anymore. He knew the world was staring at him, and he still chose to smile next to Jin. But why? Is this a form of silent rebellion against the system that has kept them locked up? Or is it just a form of honesty that they have been enduring for a long time? Not stopping there, the ARMY is now beginning to dismantle the little things that were previously ignored. For example, when Jin performed live a few weeks ago, he mentioned there is someone who is making him interested in music again. A lot of people thought he was talking about other BTS members. But now, with everything that's going on, could it be that what is actually meant is Yena? And what about the collaborative projects they're working on? There are rumors that Yena's new song that will be released next month is actually co-produced with Jin. Some even say that the male background voice in the bridge of the song belongs to Jin himself, although it is processed in such a way as not to be recognized instantly. If this is true, it means that they are not just sharing time, but also works. And it's